What is up, guys? Welcome back. Part 2 of the Savitar Hero Challenges. We are back on and we are going to complete these challenges, check out the final boss, read the story dialogue, see what happens with this Savitar. I don't know too much about the toon itself, so it is kind of interesting to see how he interacts with the other speedsters. If you remember from part 1, he did, the final boss was Flash. We also had Wally West, we had Gorilla Grodd. Interesting to see, or going to be interested to see who is in part 2, who the final boss is going to be as well. See if the same team comp is going to be able to be used to complete this. This is my main account, so I typically never have trouble with these. On the alt account though, at level 25, I'll be interested to see if I can complete it with the same team comp that I used before, that Captain Cold. So, yeah, y'all gonna have to let me know, what do you think of Savitar so far? You know, we've had a couple weeks to play with him. When we first did part 1, I was super excited about that passive ability, was stealing those immunities off of your opponent. And I've realized that it actually does not work like that. And I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intended, or how it's working is exactly how it's intended. And if that's the case, then I'm certainly really disappointed in Savitar so far. Once we get done with this, we'll take a look at his kit again. I'll, let you know the problems and all that stuff that I have found, at least with playing with this toon in arena and stuff like that. But anyways, I expect to see all the rest of the Speed Force speedsters for one. Reverse Flash was not in part 1, so I'm gonna assume that the rest of them. Black Flash, he wasn't in part 1 as well either. So we're going to have to see who we got. What? Reverse Flash up first. I hear you've done an outstanding job in teaching some humility to Barry Allen. You can make a good asset. Seems to me that you're the one lacking humility. You created the perfect storm to tame the Speed Force. Bend it under your will. Well, it worked, didn't it? The Speed Force cannot be tamed. It will consume you from the inside. Be grateful. I can give you a quicker end. And now we got Kid Flash. Children, you're children who don't even belong in this time, playing with the Speed Force as if it were your personal game. What about you? You think you're special because lightning struck your plane? Okay, hey, now we got Impulse. Not so fun to have people digging into your past, huh? What should have been my death became my rebirth. The Speed Force chose me and I will protect it from those who corrupt it. Impulse, run! Keep running, boy. You only make me stronger when I catch you. And then what? You'll return me to the Speed Force or some other big, bad, evil guy plan? No, not you, who was forgotten by the Speed Force. You meant nothing from it, and yet you dare draw power from it. I'm having fun just listening to you. It's like a Shakespeare play or something. Insolent child. So we're at the final wave again for part 2, and it looks like we got Heat Wave as the final boss. Part 1 was Flash. The previous, I want to say 3 or 4 boss nodes along part 2, Killer Frost was the final boss. And so Killer Frost, be prepared, like if you do this, Killer Frost for most of them, and then final boss is going to be Heat Wave. As far as team comp, this is the same exact team comp except for Savitar, which I plugged in instead of Nubia this time. Remember in part 1, Nubia died almost instantly just because she's a red. And this is heavy green. Heavy green, so we put in some heavy green as well. Final Black Flash. Okay. Oh, I'm sad for you. An affection that wouldn't be necessary if these prideful lab rats didn't use the Speed Force for their power fantasies. ... Does Black Flash even talk? I'll end your suffering. Okay. So, final dialogue, I guess, with Black Flash. We're going to leave it on auto. I really like this stage, by the way. I think this stage is really cool. Last time we died, or we had one die pretty quickly. Because if I don't have it on auto, I would use Kyle Rayner's damage immunity first. I think that would be better, obviously, than his instead of his 3, because that's what he typically uses in the beginning. But I brought along Hot Girl just because I like the stun on her instead of Nubia. Nubia, like I said, is a red, and she died pretty quickly last time just because this is, heavy green. Heat Wave's a green. Killer Frost is a green along the way. The bots or the minions, they're all green and they can pop pretty hard. And that's what killed Nubia last time. So that's why we're going with this. As far as Savitar's abilities go, we're going to talk about those when we get done with this and we can look at his kit fully, because I got him at level 65 right now. We'll be able to 4-star him. We'll go over the legendary rank, what I think you should do in the legendary order and stuff, and and talk about the problems that I have seen with using Savitar in PvP and stuff and not being able to use exactly how I expected. I'm kind of interested in playing this just for a second, just when Heat Waves comes along, just to see what he does. If you're interested, kinetic transfer, gain 3 crit damage. His passive ability, if an enemy has speed up, 91% chance to steal it. That does go to 100. And then at the end of each enemy turn, we got direction when an enemy gains positive immunity. This is the one that just doesn't work in the way I thought it would. 91% chance to purge it and also call the 1. That does go to 100% as well. And so with Kyle Rayner, I think, you know what, let's just put it on auto. I don't really feel like doing it. But you can see at least what the animations look like when he's doing it and playing. They look cool. I really like them. We got the damage immunity on, so that's always nice. Last time we had to play it, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Heat Wave, so I can't even remember exactly what Heat Wave does. There he did gain a positive immunity, and he stripped it just like he was supposed to. But he only, like you'll know, like we'll talk about, he does only strip them on the turn. He doesn't strip them with passive abilities. So if an enemy does gain it on their turn, then he will strip it. But he doesn't strip every one of them. He only strips 1. So that's kind of disappointing too. Anyways, this team actually did a little bit better than the last one when we had Flash as the final boss in part 1 when Nubia died. But maybe because we're using 3 greens instead of a red too. So we just got Heat Wave left. There goes his, he pulled up immunity on his turn. Savitar stole it and then called kinetic transfer, which is his 1. And he does gain crit damage with his 1. And so it's nice when it works on the toon's turn. When they call in some type of immunity on their turn, then it works good. But if it's passive, like I wanted to against Superman, it just doesn't work like that as it was intended. This one was actually a lot easier than part 1. He's not going to get another turn. Hot Girl should be able to stun him multiple times if he does get his enough turns. So if he goes again right here, nah, he won't. We'll get another stun right there. That'll be the end of it. Hey, did we save Black Flash? Did we save him? There he goes. He's done. All right, Black Flash. Now that he still obviously can't talk. I've never seen dialogue with Black Flash. At least I don't remember. When he first came out last year, January of last year. I don't remember if I seen dialogue with him or not. I can see now you are a part of the Speed Force. You are necessary, but it's not yet my time. Okay, well, that's it. Part 2, done. We're going to rank them up to rank 4 now, since we'll have enough fragments to be able to do that. And if you would have, farmed all the nodes in part 1, farm all the nodes every day in part 2, you'll have exactly to L5 them. I don't ever do that. A lot of times I either forget a time or 2, or just mostly because I never have the legendary essence to spend 100k, which is what it costs to L5 a tune. I usually never have excess of that, and so that's why I typically never do it unless it's a really good tune. There's a couple tunes that I have L5, but not many. Anyways, as far as legendary order, this is what I did first. I did the 5, the passive, the direction first because I thought it'd be cool to steal the immunities and then call the 1. I like those types of passives that do something almost guaranteed and then call an ability to get damage every single time an enemy does it. So those are always nice. And then for the second one, I did it on the 1 because, well, if you use the 5, then he's going to call the 1, and you're going to want whatever legendary the 1 is to get that extra bonus. And so you got crit damage ups on that. And as far as the other 2, for the third one, I would do, I would do the 4 first, I think. Gain a strength up per speed up anytime some team gets a speed up, and then I would go with the 3. And then last, I would do the empowered stamina ups for the last one, for the 5th one, if you get that far, or if you don't. But that's the order I would do. I would do 5, then 1, then 4, then 3, then 2. And just to talk about this passive real quick, just so you know, and like I said, I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's intended to work this way, but for example, when I saw him, I thought this would have been great for Superman. He is one of the biggest pains in the butt when Superman is lead, when he calls all of those damage immunities and death immunities on him constantly. Well, Savitar does not purge any of them when it's passive. If it is a passive ability in which they call or they gain damage immunity or they gain death immunity passively, he will not strip it. And so I don't know if it's intended to be like that, but it does not work like that as of right now. If an enemy gains an immunity on their turn, like when Superman calls his taunt or whatever, he gains like 3 death immunities or 3 damage immunity. I can't remember which one, but he'll only strip 1 of them. So again, it doesn't necessarily work how I thought it would. It would just gain or strip 1 of them and not all of them, and he doesn't call kinetic transfer more than once or whatever. I don't mind that it would only call it once, but it should strip all of them. Like, what's the point? What, from 3 to 2? Wow. Anyways, the only reason that, you know, I decided to completely level him up is, well, because raids. He is a 3 times multiplier for the raid. And so, yeah, that's why I got him leveled up to level 65 against Superboy Prime. Superboy Prime's a red. He's a green. You figure he might be able to get some good damage in. So that's why we got him leveled up, and we'll just have to see how he does in the raids. Anyways, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know what you think about Savitar, and I don't know, do you like him? Do you enjoy him? Yeah, I don't really, I mean, there's a couple like specific instances like that last one with Heat Wave. I mean, it worked good when people only gained 1 single immunity and he was able to strip it and use the 1, but on all passive abilities and what I wanted to use for him, it just doesn't work. So we'll just have to see if it changes or if that's how it's going to be in the future and how he does in raids, which starts in a couple days. It's going to be nice. I got 2 of the 5 times multipliers and a couple 3 times multipliers. So we're going to see how, you know, good we do. Either way though, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Peace.